Okay, so hopefully this will be my last attempt at doing this 40 questions tag. I've had a couple of interesting issues ranging from 45-minute long video to my camera battery dying to my kids popping in the middle. So I'm going to try to get through this quickly, so bear with me if I talk fast. Question number 1. How many times do you wash your face daily? I wash my face at night before I go to bed to get off all my makeup, and I try to wash it in the morning. If I don't wash it, I always use a toner like Witch Hazel. Number 2. What skin type do you have? I have combination skin. I'm pretty normal for most of my face, and then I'm oily in my T-zone. Number 3, what is your current facial wash? I use one of two things. I either use the acne-free oil controlling face wash, or what I usually use is one of those foaming daily facial cleansers. I use the Equate. It's supposed to be just like the Olay, but it's the kind where they're dry to begin with. You put water on them and they foam up. Next question, do you exfoliate? Yes, both the cloths and the face wash I usually use have exfoliating properties, and then when I want a little bit extra, I use that apricot cleansing scrub. There's one by St. Ives. Again, I use the Equate brand. So that covers which brand I use. Which moisturizer do you use? Right now, I don't. My skin, as I said before, is combination, and I have found that if I use a moisturizer, I get really, really oily throughout the day. So if anybody knows of a really good oily skin moisturizer, let me know. I am 25. It's time to start using one. I just have not found one. Next question, do you have freckles? Yes, I have some along my nose and onto my cheeks. They're pretty faint, although in the summertime they get worse. I also have a lot of freckles down my arms. Next, do you use eye cream? No, I tried. I used the Equate eye lifting serum. It's supposed to be just like the Olay Regenerist stuff. The thing that I noticed about it, and maybe I just was using the wrong formula, is that it made me look like I hadn't slept in a week. My eyes were so puffy, they almost looked like I hadn't slept, they were just almost swollen shut. If anybody knows of a good tightening cream, I'd love to know though. Do you or did you have acne prone skin? Yes and yes. I have extremely acne prone skin. I suffer from cystic acne, which is very painful. Those of you who know what I'm talking about will understand. Thankfully, makeup can cover it up, but I also have a lot of scarring, and I haven't really found anything that truly handles that situation. Next is, did you ever have to use Proactiv? I tried Proactiv and it made me break out worse. The best thing that I've ever found for my skin is the acne-free system, and frankly, I don't use it enough. But the reality is that my face just breaks out and nothing seems to help. Next question. What foundation do you use? Just like everybody else, I use the Revlon Color Stay. My color is in 150 Buff, and I use the combination to oily skin formula. Next is, how about concealer? I am right now using and relatively loving the Super Stay 24-Hour Concealer by Maybelline. This one is in ivory, and it works beautifully for my under eye circles, but because the Color Stay is a little bit darker than my skin tone, and it's also a yellow undertone, and this concealer happens to be pink undertones, while this works really well for underneath my eyes, it is too light and too pink to really cover up my acne well, so it doesn't work as well. I'm going to try it in a different color though, because it's a wonderful concealer. Next question, do you know your undertone color? I am yellow with green undertones, if that really matters. I guess you can look at your veins, mine are green, but I'm very, very, very yellow. What do you think of false eyelashes? I love false eyelashes. Right now I can't wear them because unfortunately most eyelash glue is latex based. Every brand I've ever found here in the States is latex based, and I happen to be allergic, so I don't get to wear them very often, but I absolutely love them and I would wear them more if I could. Next, did you know that you're supposed to change your mascara every 3 months? Yes, and I get pretty close to that. I probably go more about the 4-month mark. I tend to use a mascara up till it's gone or dried out, and since I'm the only one using it, I don't really see much of a problem with that. Next question, what brand of mascara do you use? I have two that I really enjoy. They're actually both by Maybelline. One is the Intense XXL Volume Plus Length Microfiber Mascara, and it's one of those that has the primer on the one end and then the regular mascara on the other. The other one that I actually absolutely adore, and this is basically completely worn off, is the Maybelline Pulse Perfection. This is the one that's got the vibrating wand, and I have it in waterproof, and of course both of them are waterproof and as black as it gets. I love the vibrating one, but the battery goes dead really, really quickly. So I have a review up for that if you'd like to know more. Next question, Sephora or MAC? We have a MAC counter here, so I'm going to have to say MAC, but if I had a choice, I would go with Sephora just because they offer so many different brands and so much variety. I think that would probably be a better store, but I've never been to one, so I can't really comment on that. Next, do you have a MAC Pro card? No, I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody who thinks that skin is a canvas to be used for whatever artistic feeling I'm having that day. So I don't have a pro card. Maybe someday. I'd love to become a professional makeup artist someday. So here's to dreaming. Next, what makeup tools do you use in makeup application? I have an entire set of the original Sigma brushes that I just got for Valentine's Day. So on any given day, I use those. Sometimes I use a sponge as well, but that's pretty much about it. Just brushes and sponges. Oh, and as always my eyelash curler. Next question. Do you use a makeup base or primer for your eyes? Yes. I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I also use one of the NYX jumbo pencils usually, or basically any sort of cream base. Depending on what color I want, I will use a gel eyeliner, a cream eyeshadow, that kind of thing. I've noticed that if I'm ever doing something dramatic, it tends to really make things pop. Next question, what about a primer for your face? Yes and no. I've tried primers. Right at this point, I have not found one that really works with my skin. I've noticed that when I put a primer on, and the couple I've tried right now are the Monistat Anti-Chafing Gel, also the Mary Kay Oil Mattifier, and I've tried the Rimmel, I think it's called the Fix and Perfect, which I actually liked okay, but the other two, I noticed that by midday, my makeup was starting to wear off my nose and my cheeks and my chin. So anywhere that I normally get oily, it seems to make my makeup melt off worse. So while it goes on better in the beginning, it doesn't stay on as well or as long. So if anybody knows of an oil controlling primer, let me know because I'd love to find out about one. Next question. What is your favorite eyeshadow color or shade? This is probably the ultimate answer to that question. I have 3 of these, which is way too many, but there's a story. If you want to hear the story, look at my review on BH Cosmetics. But it's my 120 palette. You could find them on eBay or Coastal Scents. Well, Coastal Scents doesn't carry the 120, but any of those websites that sell the finished eyeshadow palettes will sell it, and I absolutely love it because it's got 120 different colors of eyeshadow. So pretty much anything that I want to do in a day, I can do with that palette. And they're actually really, really well made eyeshadows. So I absolutely love it. Next question. What do you think? Oh, no, I skipped one. Do you use pencil or liquid eyeliner? I use liquid eyeliner, my favorite one. If I can find it. Well, I can't find it right now, but it's by NYC and it's like $2 and it's got a really thin brush and it's excellent quality. It goes on really smooth and it stays all day and it's really well pigmented. So this is going to be the end of part 1 because I'm getting close to the 10-minute mark. So go ahead and stay tuned for part 2.